So hey there you guys, Next Gen Striker here again to talk about SOPA and PIPA. I know I've been talking about it a lot lately, but there's obvious reasons. I mean, it's been even in the news recently, which is great. You know, I'm glad the general public is finally understanding the magnitude of these bills. They'll finally take us seriously. You know, people at school are talking about it, at college, at the workforce, whatever you want to say. It's everywhere. This is news all over the world, literally. And, you know, people around the world are helping us fight it, which is great. God bless Google and Wikipedia for, you know, having a big blackout, and it's great that they're doing that. I love it, you know, having a big black bar over Google and having a big censorship thing and linking to SOPA and PIPA. You know, that's just great. I love how they're doing that. But unfortunately, this video isn't all happy and go-lucky like my last one was. Unfortunately, there's some very depressing topics I have to talk about as well. So I'm not really sure if I was misinformed the last time I recorded a SOPA thing, or perhaps it's the government's way of manipulating us. I don't know. You know, information really isn't exactly presented well on the internet at times, so it's hard to really say what's true and what's not. But I'm just going to tell you what I've learned today about SOPA and PIPA, and you guys can translate that, sign up for petitions. You know, I'll have them in the link below. So basically what's happened is that I thought in my last video that SOPA was completely dead. Unfortunately, it is not. It is still out there. The government has simply moved it to February to vote on, so they're hoping that this big buzz over SOPA will go away, I guess. Well, obviously they're wrong if they just look at the internet today and all the supporters that are gradually joining in, you know. So it's very bad that they haven't killed this bill yet. I figured they would try to do something else because they were talking about rewording it, but they're using the exact same bill and they're probably only going to change a few words, which is, you know, just great to be an American. You know, that's how our stupid government works. But anyway, so yeah, they're trying to pass this through, and I'm telling you guys this so you can sign for all these petitions. You know, we cannot stand for this. We're not going to let the government bully us around and tell us what to do and how they're going to, you know, control us. This is a free country, and, you know, they're trying to bully other countries too. That's not right. You know, they've done it in the past, but they're not going to get away with it anymore. You know, they don't own the internet, and it's not their right to. So please fight SOPA and PIPA. PIPA is coming up the 24th, so I strongly encourage all of you to fight these bills. Even if you're not in America, please tell your representatives to talk with Americans. I'm sure they'll be more than glad to, you know, because no one likes internet censorship. And for those of you who don't think that this is a big deal, trust me, it is a big deal. If this gets passed, it's Armageddon for the internet. You know, we're going to be in the dark ages again. We're not going to know anything. And, you know, it's not their right to do this to us in the first place. You know, the internet is really a great place for people around the world to share information, share their thoughts and ideas, you know, talk about things that they want to talk about. And, you know, I mean, this is a big deal. You know, if you like watching gameplay, if you like sharing it, if you like discussing it, if you like making reviews, if you like listening to music, if you like doing cover art, or not cover art, cover songs, sorry, or just really anything in that nature, it'll automatically be copyrighted and take it off the internet, regardless of what country you live in. I'm almost positive of that. So yeah, it's a big deal. So please sign up for the petitions. And as far as the major companies that are for this, this list might be a little bit outdated. However, some of them would be Walmart, GoDaddy, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft. They all went against it. So if you look and see the supporters, they're no longer supporters, so don't get mad at them. They're actually against it now. And Anonymous is also helping us fight this. They're pretty good at getting their point across. You guys know that from experience. Hollywood's also a big supporter for obvious reasons, but they're obviously so ignorant that they just don't understand what they're getting themselves into. Big surprise, they can't do anything right in Hollywood anymore. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say, guys. Subscribe for the latest updates. You know, I will continue to talk about SOPA and PIPA. We gotta fight for our rights, you guys. And if you guys like my rants, I am doing a GameStop rant next. For those of you who have wondered where that went, it's not dead. I just haven't recorded it yet. But it will be recorded next. So take care, you guys. Like, subscribe. You know, share this around. Please share this around. You can re-upload this. You can share it with your friends. You can make your own. I don't really care, so long as people know. This isn't about my self-glorification. It's about, you know, the world becoming free from an oppressive government. and unfortunately that's a big problem at this point. So please support the anti-SOPA and PIPA. Sign for petitions I have, and I hope you guys do as well. So see you guys later.